I got a question. How Drexel is a one-way street, right?
Drexel?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which way is a one-way?
What you mean? Is it one way?
It's a one-way street, but can you go down it?
He funny, man. I used to live in Drexel.
I know you did. My aunt lived in the house you used to live in.
The house I used to live in?
Yeah.
Second from the corner?
Second from the corner.
Alright. Oh yeah, she sent me an email.
Yeah, we just never get in touch with each other.
Oh, she sent me an email or a letter, or she called me one.
Okay, back to the question though. It's a one-way street.
I can't remember.
You see, you could.
No, I can remember. It's a one-way street coming down from 105.
Right. You know how many times I got in trouble turning down, going, because you can't, from Parkwood, you can't turn onto the street. Right. But it's the second from the corner, so I would just turn and just pull up in the driveway. You know how many times I got screamed at?
That's how you get in trouble.
Yeah, a couple times, man. Just
yeah, I used to live in that house.
Yeah. My cousin Ryan had the picture with Denzel. I'm like, why didn't you call me?
Yeah. I knew a little light-skinned kid, right? With
curly hair, yeah. He cut his fro now, but
yeah.
That's my
cousin. A lot of reminiscing now.
Yeah. He's not actually a student here.
Oh, okay. You said you were in some kind of film school, right?
Yeah.
You here? Okay.
How hard is it to balance writing and your family? Is it hard or?
No, because they don't bother me. You know, this rule. It's not a rule. I didn't make the rule. My wife made the rule. Like, if my door is closed, then nobody's to bother me. So if I have the door open, then people come in and out. It doesn't bother me at all. But if it took my little kid a while to learn that rule. I was getting irritated about that. But I think she's 4 years old, so no. But yeah, if the door is closed, then no one bothers me. If I'm working and we were supposed to go somewhere, pick up the kids or something from school, she just leaves. No one bothers me. I usually write like in the morning. I start writing at like 7 in the morning, and I stop at around 11. And then the rest of the day, I'm just walking around. I think some of the neighbors thought it was like a drug dealer or something. Because I was always around. What is he doing? But
always on your phone, bro.
Yeah, stand out in the front yard, talking on the phone. But and then sometimes, once I get the screenplay going, because sometimes I don't write an outline. I found out that if I write an outline, it goes better. But sometimes I don't like writing outlines because I feel like I would have exhausted my energy to do the story. So most of the time I don't. So once I figure out what the story is and who the characters are and all of that, I start having evening writing. So then I would start like after dinner around 5 till like 1. So I would write in the morning and I write at night, like that. And it does take a long time to write a screenplay when you're sitting there, because a lot of times when I'm writing, I wind up erasing everything I wrote. Sometimes. You know? And, you know, this is part of it. Sometimes you figure out, the story would be better going this way. You have to have a lot of friends who you can trust to read your stuff. Because sometimes when you're writing alone, you start creating things that don't make sense, or it's only funny to you, or it's interesting to you, but it's not interesting to other people. So the real trick is to learn to write for other people and not for yourself, and write other people's stories, and stories that not necessarily you would like to see, but other people would like to see.
Okay, another question. Because I one day want to write and possibly direct a true life story.
Mm-hmm.
Did you, because of the topics that you were touching, did you have to get clearance from the people you were talking about, or did you just write it and just?
The people who are a part of my life?
Yeah, well, the person who abused you, the person who beat you.
Oh yeah, I'll go say, hey, I'm going to tell everybody how you abused me.
But I don't know, like, could you?
I don't know. Did you sign this paper right here?
No.
No. You know what? The 20th Century Fox, They said they always get sued when they make movies, especially movies like mine. They always get sued. I said, you're not gonna get sued this time. They said, well, we always get sued. So they have already prepared for any movie. They put and of course they didn't get sued. Wasn't a peep out of them. If what I was saying wasn't true, you would have heard from them. But I know those people, and they were a part of my life, like my friend Jesse and the Foster family, my foster brothers, and so they were all a part of my life. My foster brother asked me not to put his name in, but he was fine about the movie and the book as well. But then when the movie came out, he says, well, they don't talk about me very much in the movie. I said, the movie called Antwone Fisher. And he said, well, I was there. I said, yeah, you were there. One of the boys was you. He said, but they didn't even use my name. I said, you told me not to use your name. He said, oh, but this should have been more about me. Yeah. And he's been in prison since he was 19. He gets out next year. Yeah, he's been in prison since he was 19. He'll be about 40. He'll be 49. Yeah. Just to hurt people. Man, hurt people.
Okay. So, like a lot of people say that, especially from a writing perspective, that you should put, a lot of yourself into your writing. You obviously did that with the first one, but one thing you just said was to make sure it's interesting to other people. So how do you put yourself into it, cater to an audience?
Writing my story, I felt like I was writing for other people because everywhere I ever was, there were always other children there. And I wasn't the only one being abused, so I knew it wasn't like me, it wasn't personal. So I thought to myself that this could possibly help other people. And apparently it has helped other people. And I think that, sometimes when you write, you have to figure out before you start writing why you want to write this particular story, and even write that down, Not like a paragraph, but a nice little letter as to why you want to write this particular screenplay. Because as you're writing it, you may come to figure out as you're writing it that you don't want to write that. Rather than start writing the whole screenplay and then figure out, wow, this is not good. You can do that by writing outline too. But as a personal thing, why me as a person? Why am I writing this? Am I writing this because I never see my stories get made, or stories like these? If you want to make money, you have to make the movies that the studios want to make. If you feel like this particular story of yours, if they just read it, they would see how it could make money out of it. I don't even do that. You can't break in. Only Tom Hanks can break in a whole new genre. Write what the studios want. See, you can almost see what's interesting to the studios by the kind of movies that they're making. And then they change, because you remember they were making spy movies like Austin Powers, Get Smart is being made over here, and they were making all these spy movies, but they're changing now. Mini I Spy. When they're making dinosaur movies, then everybody's making dinosaur movies. Shrek comes out, then everybody's getting animated movies to come out. So you kind of try to follow the trend too, because to be a commercial writer and to write for money,